Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Shamar Ward at GMS Raleigh, North Carolina camp, coming back with another lesson. Before I go any further, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakwadash. Next up, honors to Apostle and Elders Great Millstone, that taught me 100% truth according to the King James Bible, as well as the Apocrypha. Double shalom to the brothers going the highways and the byways, and duties veil us and feed those full of lay. All right. And, just back with a little quick topic on, the benefits of fearing Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, going into the benefits, because what are those benefits? What do those benefits entail, And the benefits I want to speak on is, fearing the Heavenly Father breeds wisdom, and that wisdom is something that we're going to need in this day and age in order to get through the time of Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, and ultimately be saved, because if we move on with anything other than the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we're going to be utterly destroyed. We're going to suffer the death of 2/3 of our people, which is the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, according to the seed line of your father. Anything contrary to the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you will be judged. And the judgment is going to be gruesome and it's going to be horrific. It's going to be far other than what, the past judgment that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has displayed upon the face of the earth, And, let me just jump into the precepts, to bring forth edification. Job 28:28. And it says, and unto man he said, behold, the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. And the man that it's talking about is, again, I'm going to reiterate, is the Israelite man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. If your father stems from that seed line, then you are a Hebrew Israelite, That means you're under the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, And some of the law, statutes, and commandments that entail is, the eating of abominable foods. You're not to do them. You're not to partake in pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, monkey, alligator, duck. Some of these nonsense, some of these nonsense fleshly things that Esau promotes you to consume. This is not food compared in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. And it says unto man, let me read it one more time, Job 28:28. And unto man he said, behold, to look, to consider, to pay attention to, the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And fear is that motivational factor that, is incorporated by the men of the Lord, as well as the remnant, to perform the laws of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability, the laws that they can keep, so that they don't be judged when it's time for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to send judgment upon the nation of Israel, as well as these other heathen nations. If they're trying to rehearse the righteous acts and please the Heavenly Father to the best of their ability, they're trying to avoid that judgment, They're trying to receive that mark of the wall so they don't perish, and so they don't go through the judgments of, 2/3 of our people have to go through, And it says, behold, the fear of the Lord. And, that is the fear, that motivational factor to please the Heavenly Father. That is wisdom, and we understand that, doing the things that is pleasing to Him, that is wisdom. And, anything contrary to that is going to lead to, being judged of the Heavenly Father, the judgment that the Heavenly Father has set forth, And it says, and to depart from evil is understanding. And, we consider, we behold, the wicked things, as it says in Romans 8, the latter verses, it tells you the wages of sin is death. So, if we're doing that which is pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and we're not trying to commit iniquity, and, we're not trying to, do these things that is going to lead to our utter downfall, and more chastisement and judgment, from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. If we depart from these things, we understand that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to show favor unto us, and He's going to give us that mark at the wall, which is the mark of exemption, which is what we're striving for. So because if we have that, we're going to receive salvation, upon, the imminent destruction is going to befall, Babylon the Great, aka America, and this is, just jumping to the next precept. This is, Sirach chapter 19, verse 18. It says, the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Once again, that motivational factor, the fear of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, is the first step to be accepted of Him. That's how we get accepted of Him, by fearing the Heavenly Father and reverencing His laws, because anything contrary is going to lead to our bitter end, And it says, and wisdom obtaineth His love, And as it says in Job 28:28, in order to receive wisdom, you have to fear the Heavenly Father, And if we doggone fear the Heavenly Father and we receive that wisdom and we apply that wisdom unto our lives, the Heavenly Father is going to accept us. And, acceptance is what we want, because if we be rejected, the Lord's going to pour out that reprobate spirit unto us, and we're going to be susceptible to all these things that are the ways of this world, and some of the things that are the ways of this world is adultery, which is a sin unto death. Adultery means, you sleep with another man's woman, or if you are a woman and you have a man, you sleep with another man, and, like I said, to say it again, that judgment is a sin unto death. The remedy for that is, being deleted, which is being put down, and sodomy, a man, sleeping with another man, lying with another man as he lied with a woman, and so on and so forth. A woman doing the same thing, those don't create actions of procreation, but they, those don't bring forth life, but Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said those is contrary to His ways. They promote death, they promote diseases, So us fearing the Heavenly Father, those are some of the things that we're going to stay away from, because we're trying to do that which is well pleasing unto the Heavenly Father, in order to obtain that that acceptance from Him, the mercy, the things that we're going to need in the time of being accepted of Him, And, also I said, the fear of the Lord breeds wisdom, So let's jump into the book of the Wisdom of Solomon, because we look at the lifestyle that we're living in, and the condition that we're in and all that, the Heavenly Father is supping with the lowly, the meek of the earth, the humble, the one that's content with just receiving their daily bread. So, the Heavenly Father is going to sup with them. So this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 8 verse 5. It says, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, the life that we're living now, if we desire the riches, what are the riches that we really truly want, and we got to ask ourselves, if we know the judgments that's going to befall Babylon the Great, aka America, as well as the other parts of the world that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to send His judgments for, which I'm speaking of is those thermonuclear ICBM missiles, where all the elements are going to be dissolved, it's going to be deserted, a wasteland, What are the riches that we're trying to seek? And it says, what is richer than wisdom? What is richer than fearing the Lord? What is richer than applying the fear of the Lord? What is richer than, understanding, how to use these riches, to your betterment, so on and so forth. Not being consumed in these riches and going off and forsaking Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. What is richer than wisdom that worketh all things, knowing how to, And people say health is wealth. You know, what is better than, knowing how to apply the proper herbs to you know subdue an ailment in the body that is going on. You know, what is richer than, having all this money and, not knowing how to manage it, and, making it more abundant for you, making it more beneficial to you, and being able to pass it on to, your next generation, your seed line. So you got to ask yourself, what is that? The fear of Yahweh Bashem Shai, that wisdom that is going to sup with you. That's going to be that's going to show you how to you know, how to make that them riches stretch. How to be able to pass it on to the next generation. How to apply, the health, which is wealth. How to be able to sustain the body, and how not to defile your temple with abominable foods, and smoking these things that defile the temple. Not to smoke weed, cigarettes, black and miles, just all these things that defile the temple. Wisdom's going to teach you that, to prolong your life, because the favor of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, that breeds long life, but the wages of sin, as I said in Romans 6, the latter verses, the wages of sin is death. So if you're defiling your temple and you're not fearing the Heavenly Father, you're only shortening up your lifespan. You're only bringing other calamities and utter destruction into your soul. That's what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is coming with in these latter times. He's not coming with the peace and safety, but he's coming with the sword. He's coming to take down a kingdom, and them that be in league with that kingdom, they're going to be put down as well. So it's better to be on the right hand side of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, and supping with the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that he's given unto his elect men. And if you're able to receive that, to apply it to your life, to receive, that salvation in the end times. But I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, and I ain't trying to ramble, but fearing the Lord, it has benefits to that. As it says in Isaiah 33:6, this is what's gonna keep us stable. The wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The fear of the Lord is gonna be his treasure. Fearing the Heavenly Father is going to be your treasure. It's going to be what you solely stand upon in that day, with Jacob's trouble or the hour of temptation. If you fear the Heavenly Father, you're not going to take that MOTB, that C hip, because you understand that with that C hip, it becomes, that judgment, the full wrath and indignation of the Heavenly Father. The being consumed by the thermonuclear warheads, and that thermonuclear energy, that fierce fire that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh has set forth for 2/3 of the nation of Israel, as well as the heathen that remain in the lands that are subject to judgment, that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh has set forth his judgment upon. But if the hopeful elect is tuning in and they hear this lesson, consider that. Fear the Heavenly Father more and more, because it's going to come to a time that's going to be your foundation. That's what you're going to have to walk upon. That's going to give you that strong confidence in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And I just want to go ahead and end the lesson there. Lord's willing, the hopeful elect was edified. And until next time, I say shalom.